What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-Hop Radio Shout In. As always, I got my podcast partner off in this thing. OG Gangsta Wicked, the Ghetto Mafia, a.k.a. Big Galaxy. What's going on with it, intergalactical man?
See, I'm just here so I don't get fined, you know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You gonna get fined anyway because you always manage to do something wrong.
I'm just here so I don't get fined, man.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, you sound about like somebody else we know. If Andre 3000 would have came out to the 50th year hip hop celebration, that's what he would have said.
I'm so sick of Andre 3000 and let me tell you something, Beehive. I really let me put a disclaimer up here first. This doesn't go to. I always told you I think that CeeLo is the GOAT. I think that Big Boy, if you are gonna say that Andre 3000 is the GOAT of you know, Atlanta or hip hop or whatever you say, period.
In general.
Okay, I'd always said that you couldn't say that without Big Boy. Now I am more dug in on that than ever. I am giving Big Boy the official title. If it's gonna be a GOAT, we're gonna say Andre is the GOAT, and we're not gonna swap it out with no other rapper.
Yeah.
Now I'm swapping him out with Big Boy right now, and I'm gonna tell you why. And in my disclaimer, I want to say this before I get started. I love Goody Mob, all of them, Timo, Cujo, Gip, and CeeLo Goody.
That's right.
And the Dungeon Family. They was all at the 50th anniversary. So when I say this about Andre 3000, I'm not coming from a place of malice. I'm coming from a place of love to all my brothers in the Dungeon Family.
Okay.
I'm gonna say what they probably don't feel, or maybe they do and they don't want to say it. Yeah. I don't know because I haven't talked to them about it. Yeah. So this has nothing to do with I don't talk to any of them and how they feel about this. This strictly Wicked, the guy from Decatur, Georgia.
Exactly. So you about to give us your wrong opinion?
No, I'm gonna give you my right opinion. My opinion on this whole Andre 3000 crap is this right here. If you can go to Good Morning America, you can go on all these different shows and tell us why you can't rap anymore, you don't want to rap anymore, you feel like you're too old, you don't see yourself this kind of way, blah, 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 all this mess that's coming out of his mouth. Then you can sit your big head up there with your partner at the Super Bowl and rap those songs with him. If you can go to Good Morning America and all these other podcasts, you can go down there at the 50th anniversary with CeeLo, Cujo. I walked out on the field with Cujo Goody. He came right there and stood with his brothers at that 50th anniversary. Yeah. And if anybody, Kilo Ali was out there in a wheelchair. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. My point that I'm making in all this is that people have made sacrifices to come out there. It's not that Cujo needed any more pub. Yeah. It's not that CeeLo needed any more pub. Yeah. It's not that Tip needed any more pub. Tip sat right there and told you that I don't need to be more famous. That's right. You understand what I'm saying? That's right. I'm doing this for the Wickeds and the Hard Boys and people. I'm lending myself to them so to give them acknowledgement, let them know, hey, I'm still part of the home team.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's the point I have with Andre 3000. If Andre 3000 was silent, if he was really about his flute or whatever the mess is that he's out here kicking, if that's what he was standing on, then stand on it. But if you giving me a double-edged sword, meaning if you say, okay, well, yeah, I don't want to rap or I won't come out there and stand with these guys on this, but yeah, I go over here and lend my voice and my talents and my stuff over here to this other outlet. That's the problem I have with it. It's almost equivalent to this, Beehive. It's like you telling me, I say, Beehive, man, they want us to speak at a summit, for podcasts. They feeling us. And then you tell me, well, you know what, Galaxy, which you don't call me Galaxy, whatever mess you call me. And you say, you know what I'm saying, whatever Jupiter Wick, man, I ain't even feeling podcast no more, man. Yeah. I ain't feeling all that talking and stuff no more, man. I feel like, I done been doing it for 15 years. I ain't got nothing else to say. Yeah. Yeah. And then I look up and you on the next podcast telling everybody why you ain't messing with me on the podcast. Yeah, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. What I'm saying is, if you're not feeling anything with rap no more, you're not feeling hip hop, you're not feeling this, why drop the Flute album?
Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this: you're wrong.
Okay.
CeeLo Green came in here and he talked to both of us.
Okay.
And in that conversation, CeeLo said, "You know what? Me and Andre were talking, and we both concurred on this idea that the real American dream is the ability to say no."
I get
And
that.
I feel like Andre 3000 loves saying no because it's his greatest expression of freedom. You cannot make me do nothing. If I have an inkling of I don't want to do it, guess what? I ain't doing it.
But I think you're missing my point, B. I get that. I agree with anybody being able to say no. I told you,
Yeah.
if I said be high,
Yeah.
they want us to speak at a podcast summit.
Yeah.
And you reserve the right to say, wait, no.
That's right.
I don't feel it no more. I don't want to do that no more. But if I see you on another podcast talking on that, I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna feel a certain kind of way. I'm gonna say, well, be high, so you couldn't go talk with me. But you could run over there to this other podcast and tell them why you ain't doing nothing with me, or why you ain't feeling what we did no more, or giving an excuse for it. You could have said that. You could have sat right down with me at that summit and did that same thing to me, same thing with me, and empower me, or gave me, or let people know that follow us. Hey, I'm here with Wick, but this might be my last time. I don't want to do it no more, and I'm not doing no more part. And then I'm cool with that. But if I see you telling me no, but you telling the other podcast yes, I have a problem with that. My thing is, if you can't do the Super Bowl with your partner, but you can go on and do verses, all these 5 verses that you spend with everybody. You don't want to rap no more, but he claims he don't want to rap, but he got a lot of verses out there. For a person that don't want to rap, every week I'm hearing a new Andre 3000 verse on somebody else's stuff, except for his crew.
But now that he was on No Cigar with Goody Mob on their last album, he showed up for them boys. I mean, he's on Killer Mike's album.
He on Killer Mike's album.
He showed up for that guy as well. So, I mean, what are we talking about here?
Well,
it looks to me like Andre 3000 is showing up for the crew, and you just want something to complain about.
So you feel like that he's showing up for the crew by, one, not dropping another album with his partner. First of all, but you saying that you don't want to rap, but you go ahead and drop a album out there by yourself. To me, I would have been offended by it. If Nino did that to me, if Nino said, if everybody said, okay, we want to get on my album, or we want whatever group, a Bone Thugs and Harmony album, and Busy said, well, nah, I ain't feeling that no more. But then he going dropping songs with Snoop Dogg and Dogg. I'm gonna feel slighted by it. If Nino telling me no, but then you going and doing verses and songs and everything else with everybody else, but I can't get you to stand with me, I'm gonna feel a certain kind of way about it. That's how it looks on the outside looking in.
Well,
it
this
looks
is how it
like
looks
I'm
to
gonna
me.
just say it.
No, before you say that, let me hit you with something, because this might change what you're about to say. You do understand that Outkast is the greatest selling hip hop group of all time, right? You do get that. You understand that? Because see, where I'm about to go with this is gonna take you there. Okay, if Andre links back up with Big Boy,
Right.
he's linking back up with the greatest rap group of all time, the greatest hip hop act of all time.
He's linking up with the greatest rapper of all time, Big Boy.
Okay.
Because Big Boy is my new number one. If it's got to be one of the Outcasts, I'm riding with Big Boy.
Well, see, but this is the thing. I don't think it's about the music. I think it's about the lights that come with the music. See, Big Boy is going to get out there on that stage, and he's going to be cooler than the polar bear's toenails, okay? He's showing up, and he's going to show up every time, and he's going to be the player that he is, and he loves it. You love that shit. See, when I go out, I don't like to go out because I just don't feel like going out. You go out and you like, hey, I'm in this thing, let's crank this bitch up.
I don't tap dance. I don't be
You
tap
ain't
dancing.
tap dancing, you grooving, you boogieing.
Gangsta boogie.
Yeah, it's a gangster boogie.
Okay.
Big Boy's gonna go out there, socialize and have a good time and enjoy that element.
Okay.
Andre's thinking, I'm gonna go out here and every Negro in this room is gonna ask me for a verse. Every Negro in this room.
Big. I I'm gonna have to cut you at that right there, because when you justifying his behavior, the bottom line is every A-list celebrity gonna get a verse act. It ain't no different than if G's in the room. Everybody asking him before. Jay-Z in the room. We just sat down there with Jermaine and everybody. Luda is no different. Every A-list celebrity gonna get that. He ain't getting nothing that Ludacris and Tip them ain't getting. Trust me.
What?
Now. The problem that I think you're missing the point that I am making. What from the outside as a fan, as me as an Outkast fan, this is what it looks like. It looks like you'll do something with everybody but me. And you standing with everybody and you giving all these excuses for why you don't want to do a song, do an album with me.
No,
that's what it
because
feels
when he
like.
gets with Big Boy, it goes the fuck down.
Well, when is it going to go down? It's been 20 years.
No, they did it with Outkast, Outlast, and it went the fuck down all over the world. And he's thinking, hey man, I don't have time.
You talking about Hey Ya?
No, I'm talking about when they went on tour, when Dre and Big went on tour.
Okay.
And they went right over there to Centennial Olympic Park.
Okay.
They tried to do one show week. You know, they only wanted to come to Atlanta to do one show.
I remember.
They wound up selling out a whole damn Olympic Park for 3 days straight. Right. Because guess what? The first show sold out in 3 seconds.
Okay.
So imagine the kind of pressure and the attention that comes along with that. That is a real life headache, man. Don't nobody want to deal with that kind of fame and stardom for the rest of their life. He wanted to cut it off, and he's like, you know what, man? I don't have nothing against Big Boy. The problem is that when me and Big get together, it's trouble, okay? When Nino and Wick get together, it's trouble, okay? And that's what he's equating that to. He like, man, now what we got is magic, but that magic that we got is some shit that is too much for me mentally, man.
It's too much for him mentally, but it ain't too much to go rap on everybody else's song and being in the same lane anyway.
That's cute. That's cute to go and say, all right, man, I'm going to spit a verse, but he don't got to go on tour with them boys. He ain't even got to show up to the video shoot. He can do that from his damn living room. But you out here going on tour with every podcast and morning show in America. You're on tour now. You're on tour running your mouth now. Running with your boy. I don't want to hear another interview from him. With the interview, the same interview you on Good Morning America talking about why you don't want to do something, say it on a beat. Say it on the Outkast album. The same thing, if you can go get up 7 in the morning and make Good Morning America and tell the world why you don't want to do something, you could have went in your studio downstairs and said it to a beat. What you're not about to do is force Andre 3000 to do anything that he doesn't want to do. That's one thing that I get out of Andre. Andre is one of those people, and I don't know, I'm just saying, he's one of those people that enjoys telling niggas no. He loves telling people flute you, okay?
It's like, sound like he love telling the homies no, not everybody. Don't see you get. That's what we differ at.
He's not telling the homies no because he's on the Goody Mob album. He's on a damn Grammy-nominated album with Killer Mike right now.
We need an Outkast album. We need an Outkast album. They just said that they're the greatest group of all time. You run up here every week. I have to hear that from you. The greatest. I don't think the Andre 3000 is the greatest, big guy. And I hate to bust your bubble. It's the same. I see it all the time with different cliques. It's always that one, and it's normally the person that people always say out of that group is the one. Mm-hmm. It's the one that all of a sudden they're too big to do certain stuff, or they're too good to do that. And I ain't saying that's what's going on there. I notice it with a lot of different groups because I have came up with a lot of different groups. Mm-hmm. Normally the one that's the most popular be always the one on the BS.
Well, I'm looking at one right now. So I'm going to go even further than what you just said because it ain't like Dre got to do it for Big to affect his pockets. Big, he part of the Atlanta movie scene down here. He's supplying trailers to damn
You know how much
movies.
money Outkast would make if they did a worldwide tour right now? Big Boy probably wouldn't be out here being a part of the movie scene and doing all. He'd probably be
Do you think they had to do another tour after Outkast Outlast sold out 50 billion shows?
Man, money come and go. If Mike Tyson can spend $350 million in a year, anybody can. And I don't think Big Boy got $350 million. Now, I ain't checking his pockets. But MC Hammer had $200 million. So let's not talk about, do you think somebody needs some money? I have never heard one person say, you know what, I'm too rich and I'm going to turn the money down. I've never heard nobody saying that. Nobody is too rich for money.
Andre 3000. He said, you know what? I'm gonna turn that.
Well,
money
why
down.
did he drop an album then? If he turn it, so you'll turn this down over here with millions with your boy, but you'll go give us this whack album that you ain't took your time putting up the album is whack. That's another thing. I'm gonna tell you that just flat out. It's not a good album. I don't listen to it 5 times. You know, maybe I don't let everybody else don't listen to it. I tried to play it at the cookout. You understand what I'm saying? It was, my nephew them say if you don't turn that shit, you know, I ain't gonna tell you what they say, but
they started doing yoga.
I wanted to clear something up too about, because last time we talked about this. I didn't want people to think that I was hating because it was a flute album. I was hating because it was a whack flute album.
Yeah.
So a lot of his fans came on and just started attacking me right off the rip. It's a different vibration. It's blah 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 and all this so mess. I say no. I know good music. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just not good music. To me, it sounds more like sound effects than actual music. Is it an album or is it a sound effects? Because I get the same thing off the Calm app. When I go to sleep, I put in the app and I just hear birds chirping. Now I hear something over here, then the thunder will come. But it's not a what we would call a musical composition. That's what people mess up at all the time. There's a difference between a musical composition and sound effects.
Well, I'm gonna be
Andre
real.
Gray
I'm
used sound effects.
gonna just be real with that. If he would have did that flute album with organized noise,
right?
Oh, that would have been some shit.
It would have been fire.
That would have been some shit.
It would have been fire.
Boy. We would have been. I would have been riding to that album.
My thing is, if you have turned your back on hip hop, if you have turned your back on the people, I don't know this to be true now. But even if you don't done a song here, there with everybody you came up with and you feel like you throw them a bone. Remember that time I told you about when people feel like you're down and you feel like you're a welfare case, they will throw you something? Remember I told you that time? It was a conversation me and you had. They don't know about it. And so just because somebody throw you something don't mean that they really like you or they really trying to help. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people too will help themselves. You know, they'll be doing something for you. You think they doing it for you, but they doing it to help themselves because they already got a goal or something. They go, Andre 3000 might have knew he was gonna do this flute album 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So it's in his best interest to do a verse with Killer Mike and do a verse with on the Goody Mob album to stay a little bit relevant. So when he dropped this mess out there, you know what I'm saying, that he ain't just dead in the water. He ain't been dormant for the last 15 years. So I don't know that to be true, but just because he did a verse don't mean you down for the cause. He said it on one of the raps. Ever get with the dreads? See, you like to repeat all this stuff. Everyone goes down for the fall. You know what I'm saying? Everyone that give a verses, they down for the fall. You know what I'm saying?
See, now
you know what I'm
talking? Now you gonna make him come out and he gonna do Return of the Gangster Part 2 and he's gonna cut your ass out of the
well, you know
whole
what?
song.
Maybe
and I'm gonna turn that bitch up loud.
Maybe I'm the person that pushing that. I get under his skin so much and I irritate him so much. I can take it.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't take it, Andre, because he did a Return Against on you.
Oh,
but
nigga,
you know what?
I put it on repeat. I don't give a damn.
I loved it. I wish you would have said my name. I loved it. I'm an Outkast fan. I'm a Goody Mob fan. Like I said, I'm really an unofficial member of Goody Mob. You understand what I'm saying? So, maybe I'm the guy that'll say something and rub him the wrong way and he get out here and say, you know what? You know, I'm gonna do a whole album snapping on Wick, but at least we got another album. Because I wanna hear what Andre 3000 has to say, and I'm just gonna be honest with you, so maybe I'm mad.
You know what? Andre 3000 has always been my #1 hip hop artist of all time.
Now I don't agree with that. I feel like CeeLo is a bigger talent. I feel like that Big Boy is just right there with him. I mean, that's how I feel. But go ahead with that, what you were saying.
But now I think he's not only the #1 hip hop artist of all time, he's also the #1 comedian of all time because he's trying to be funny.
No, the #1 comedian. I'm the #1 comedian. We already know.
You ain't funnier than Andre.
Me and my best friend. Me and my best friend and the Ha Ha Mafia. We got the comedy on lock. You know what I'm saying? Me and my best friend. From a distance, I am.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
You walk in there,
I can go with right now. You want me to call? I can get them online.
Get them on the line.
I can get Tip. I can get Tip on line one. He will tell you right now. I'm part of Ha Ha Mafia. Ask him.
Answer me this though. On a real note though, Wick. Do you think we ever gonna get some more music out of Andre? Do you think that he's trying to be funny? Do you think that he really just can't stand hip hop no more and it just drives him wild to have to be around hip hop?
I think that once you start living behind matching doors, you know what I'm saying, you don't really know what you want. I think it distorts us as when we get money and we financial a little stable. Then we idle time. Your mind start wondering about stuff, and all of a sudden now I don't like steak no more. All of a sudden I don't want to do this no more. All of a sudden I don't want to. I feel like if you hit a person particle a little bit, it probably would be a different Andre 3000. All of a sudden, I don't feel like he's hungry no more. So I feel like he's not hungry as the fans that want the music, and he's not. He's content in that. So sometimes it takes something to push somebody like that. Maybe it may take me, with this, he may see this right here and that pushes. Maybe, the money started doing down. Because I don't seen boxers retire, and when that check started getting low, they go back and they get that head pounded. All of a sudden, they got the love for it again, don't they? You see what I'm saying? See, money make you lose the love for stuff, but the lack of money make you regain it very fast.
But if you done invested your stuff correctly, then you can stand on what you feel.
That may be true. I would love to, and since we said all jokes aside, all this is just banter from me. I have no ill will under 3000. I mean, it's not gonna make or break me. I'm just calling him out and doing it for the people that really love him, and because I have a lot of partners, a lot of Decatur partners that, this is, when I come in here, a lot of times stuff that I'm bringing is what people have told me or what they're conveying to me. I may not even feel that way. I may not care less about certain subjects, but I know there's a lot of people that want an album from him, and they flat out pissed about this flute man. They like, if you could go in there and do a flute album and run around to all the other podcasts running your mouth and run out here and doing all these verses for everybody, you could have gave us an album.
I feel like Andre is running from something. I don't know what it is. And
it's probably you.
Well,
because he's tired of you.
He damn sure ain't gonna come here and talk to me because I'm gonna his ass. Because I'm sick of it. Because I'm thinking about it like this. From a media perspective, I ain't seen him sit down with a hip-hop platform in years. So, I mean, he's like, you know what, I ain't dealing with y'all on no media. I ain't dealing with y'all on no music. I ain't dealing with y'all at all. So,
but we're the people that brought you up to where you are. It starts with us. My mama used to always tell me, be careful of who you shun, because those same people that you shunning when you're going up the ladder, you're going to see them when you're coming down.
But also, too, when those people turn their backs on you, the people that you pandering to don't respect you because they're like, your own people ain't rocking with it no more.
Correct. So, and that's my thing. So, I mean, I don't know, I would love to hear, instead of, 3000 going on these shows and talking about why why you won't do the 50 years of hip hop. You sitting right here on Good Morning America. You could come down there and talk for them for an hour, but you can't go out here and do 50 years of hip hop. Go there for 10 minutes with your partners and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? The South still got something to say. Can we end it at that?
Hit the comments, man, because to be honest with you, I can't argue with that, sir.